What is cool is I decided to go with the lungs as my organ of choice to pretty much explain the anatomy and physiology of the organ in its entirety. As you can see behind me, I drew out a lung and I listed out each section of the lung. Right here on the right side of the lung, you can see the upper lobe, the middle lobe, and the lower lobe. And on the left part of the lung, or the left lung, you can see that there's just an upper and a lower lobe. So, which is pretty cool, is I had the opportunity to draw out with the right, you can see that there's three sections, but the left side, there's only two. What is cool is that every part of our body helps each system out and organ. For instance, the lungs, which we are talking about right now, is protected right here by this part of the skeletal system, which is really unique and also very interesting. The human body and the systems in which allow us to function are very complex, but yet such beautifully crafted structures designed with purpose by the Creator. Each organ system has its specific role that it plays in the body. The six other factors that allow this organ, the lung, to function and do its job would be the nose, the pharynx, the larynx, the trachea, brachii, and of course the lungs as the main organ of the respiratory system. None of the organs in our body works alone to do the things that it does. The lungs work with a few different parts of the body in order to accomplish gas exchange and air and oxygen throughout the bloodstream. When we inhale, the diaphragm pulls downwards, while the chest muscles contract, pulling outwards. When this happens, it's allowing the lungs to fill with air, like a vacuum. The lungs also help us get rid of the unwanted carbon dioxide when we breathe out, when we exhale. The lungs are a key organ in the respiratory system, which its main function is to control and facilitate gas exchange from our surrounding environment into our bloodstream. Oxygen is transferred into the capillary network, where it enters the arterial system. In other words, the lungs help the oxygen in the air that we breathe enter the red cells of the blood. These red cells then carry oxygen throughout the body. Moving on to the discussion piece of treating a disease that affects the lungs, I came across 3 different peer-reviewed articles that helped me discuss and describe chronic obstructive pulmonary lung disease, which is also known as COPD. This is a chronic disease that limits the airflow, causing inflammation and potentially leads to death. The symptoms of this disease consists of shortness of breath, chronic cough, and many other things that can really affect the respiratory system, causing dysfunction. According to my research, tobacco smokers are the main risk factors when dealing with this disease. Along with air pollution and asthma can give you a higher risk of airway limitations. Keeping that in mind, with the social, economic, and environmental factors that can all contribute to this disease, you can see the many factors that play. And with the environment, we want to stay healthy, right? We want to make sure that we're in a healthy environment. If you're in a smoker's household, it not only affects you, it can affect the people around you, which would be kids, newborn, or in their toddler ages, and also adults. While researching this disease, there were a few preventative treatments that I came across. One in which different ways to go about preventing smoking and smoking habits, which is a normal thing we're doing right now with the patches and stuff like that. Another thing would be to limit indoor and outdoor pollution, right? Not being exposed to certain chemicals, cleaning up after yourself, making sure your water is healthy, and your just surroundings are healthy. Bronchial dilation therapy can lower the risk of side effects, increasing bronchial dilation and improves lung vaccination can help limit the exposure and help to reduce serious illness involving this disease. The Lord works in mysterious ways, and there is a purpose for all things that He creates. It is honestly amazing how our bodies are built to function. And it all leads back to the intelligent work of God Himself. No man can truly recreate the gift of life, function, and structure in which the Creator has provided each and every one of us. The respiratory system, or the lungs, in which is the organ that I chose to discuss, is simply a blessing that allows us the oxygen needed for survival, which, in other words, breath of life. Not only that, with that breath of life, we're able to pass on His teachings and to read His word. There is no doubt in my mind that God has a plan when He created us.